Another thread in this complex family history is the death of Jake's brother, Hector Harrow. In 2021, Hector tragically died from a drug overdose. In the absence of clear answers, rumors flourished, including a baseless but persistent theory that his death was linked to a personal relationship with Rabeeca. Every community has its stories. Some are tales of triumph, others of unity. But then there are the stories that linger in the quiet, the ones that leave a neighborhood not with answers, but with a single heavy question. What happens when the very people meant to protect a child are the ones accused of causing them harm? This is the story of Jake and Rabeeca, a story that begins not with them, but with two children, a daughter named Promise and a son, baby Emmanuel, whose whereabouts remain a mystery to this day. It's a story that has gripped a community and a case that forces us to examine the difficult space between a painful past and present-day accountability. To understand the present, we often look to the past. And Jake's past, by all accounts, was profoundly difficult. His early life was a picture of instability. He and his siblings were separated, their family fragmented. Jake and his sister Sylvia were sent to live with their maternal grandfather. But this was not a safe harbor. Reports from those familiar with the family describe a home filled not with comfort, but with abuse and neglect. It was a childhood that lacked safety, a series of experiences that would later be cited by some as a framework for understanding the man he became. Eventually, the system intervened and Jake and Sylvia were removed, entering the labyrinth of foster care, carrying the invisible wounds of their early years. This is the point in the story where many might pause. Can a traumatic childhood excuse harmful actions in adulthood? It is a complex societal debate. But to illustrate one side of this argument, consider a different story, one shared by a commentator close to this case. He recounts a childhood friend named David. From the outside, David's family seemed ideal. A respected father with a good job, a mother who baked cookies, a home filled with presents during the holidays. But behind closed doors, a terrible secret was festering. Years later, the narrator reunited with David and learned the devastating truth. The entire family had been victims of systematic abuse at the hands of the father they feared. Yet despite this dark history, David's own story did not end in tragedy. He grew up, started a family, and by all accounts became a devoted and loving father himself. He broke the cycle. This anecdote is presented as a powerful testament to a simple yet profound idea. While our past may shape us, it does not have to define our future actions, especially when it comes to protecting our own children. And so we return to Jake and Rabeeca.
At me, lying to me this whole time. I was honest with you. I told you how I felt.
I feel the same way.
No, you don't. Because I would have never treated you like that.
The central haunting allegations against them form the core of this public narrative. It is a matter of legal record that Jake accepted a guilty plea. However, for many observers, this legal resolution felt inadequate, a small consequence for actions they believe warranted a far more severe reckoning. Rabeeca's role in this story is viewed by critics as that of an enabler. Her public defense of Jake and her statements portraying him as a good father stand in stark contrast to the allegations and the mysterious absence of their son, baby Emmanuel. Then there is Sylvia, Jake's sister. Her support for her brother is particularly scrutinized given her former profession. She worked for the social welfare department.
Stories going around that some of you have fabricated, and I'm just on here just to tell you guys what transpired. So my sister-in-law and my brother, they were at my older nephew's football practice, and he needed a new mouth guard. So instead of taking everybody, my sister-in-law opted to go, and she only took the baby, which is Emmanuel. And when she got there, she realized the baby had went to the bathroom in his diaper. So as any mom would, crazy, because he was abducted last night in front of the Big Five. Now there are stories going around that some of you have fabricated, and I'm just on here just to tell you.
An agency dedicated to protecting vulnerable children. To the public, this created a painful contradiction, a perception of someone who was meant to guard the door, instead appearing to stand by the person accused of causing the harm. In stories like this, misinformation often takes root. Another thread in this complex family history is the death of Jake's brother, Hector Haro. In 2021, Hector tragically died from a drug overdose. In the absence of clear answers, rumors flourished, including a baseless but persistent theory that his death was linked to a personal relationship with Rabeeca. However, those with direct knowledge of the timeline have clarified this point. Rabeeca was not part of the family's life when Hector passed away. This serves as a crucial reminder of the importance of separating verified facts from the speculative fiction that so often grows in the shadows of tragedy. And so, this story remains for now without a complete ending. The central mystery of baby Emmanuel's disappearance hangs over everything, a silent question mark that refuses to fade. The community's rallying cry, justice for Promise and baby Emmanuel, is a plea for closure, for accountability, and for a final chapter that provides the truth they deserve. All eyes now turn to the future, to a date circled on the side. Lender, October 16th. It is on this day that the court will once again address this case, and the world will be watching, waiting to see if the final judgment will bring the sense of justice that so many are seeking. This is more than just the story of Jake and Rabeeca. It is a story about the children whose voices were silenced, about the cycles of trauma we as a society must work to break, and about the relentless pursuit of truth, no matter how dark the path may be.